The next challenge we have is the easy level selector. Let's get that into Unity. And you can see here that we are creating a program that lets you select easy, medium, or hard through the inspector. When you hit the space key, it will print out the selected difficulty. For example, you selected easy. You should be able to change the difficulty at runtime, which means while the game is running, we select something else, hit the space key again, and then it updates. So looking at this, what is the first thing that we need to solve? Remember that the program has no idea what the concept of a difficulty is. It doesn't know what easy is, doesn't know what medium is, or hard. In fact, the concept of you selecting something doesn't even exist. So I will see you in the next video where we'll take a look at the challenge that you have to solve. In this challenge, we're going to take a look at how to get started with our level difficulty selector. The first thing we need to do is create a new C# script by right-clicking, go to Create. We're going to go to Scripting, Mono Behavior, and we're going to call it Level Select. From there, we can select our main camera, and we'll attach it to the game object. So we're going to drag the Level Select object onto the Level Selector. I have two created here. I'm just going to delete that one. And make sure that when we click on the main camera, I see my level select object, which I do. I'm going to double click. Let's open that in Visual Studio. And from here, we can begin identifying how we start solving this problem. Now we know that the concept of easy, medium, and hard mode do not exist. So we have to define them as variables. And the question is, what kind of variable do I put here? Is it a bool? Is it an int? Is it a string? And this is where you as the problem solver can decide how do you want to check this. For example, when we look deeper into this problem, we have an easy, medium, and hard, but then how do we actually select one of them? Remember, the concept of selection doesn't even exist. So you have to define a selection as well. So what is the selection? You're going to be comparing things. So you can use strings and have your selection be a string, and you're going to check basically if the selection is equal to easy. But you could also use things like integer values to hold these. For example, you could assign easy to 0 if you wanted to, and selection could be if selection is equal to 0, then internally we know that's easy mode, and so therefore you selected easy. There's no wrong way to do this. There are just more efficient and optimized ways, but I will tell you that if you go the int route, that is a faster way than strings. They are shorter data types in memory, and so it's just more efficient to use integers. But ultimately, what you need to figure out here is, okay, I need to define these as ints or string. I need to define the concept of a selection. And then we need to be able to simply write some pseudocode that says, if the space key, we need to print out which selection. And so to do that, you have multiple selections. You're either going to have a bunch of if-else statements, or you can use a switch statement. I'll see you in the challenge review. In this challenge review, we're going to take a look at how to solve the level selection. So we know that right off the bat, I need to define these concepts here of easy, medium, hard. And there are a few ways you can go about this. I could, for example, have private string easy, and then I could define that as easy, like this. And if I do that, then my selection is also going to have to be a string. So I could say private string selection is going to equal blank for now. And essentially what we can do in the inspector is I modify selection and I make it easy, and then I can do a comparison. So I could say, hey, if the selection is equal to easy, then obviously easy mode. But the reason I don't particularly love this method here is because I have to make sure that the selection spells easy exactly the same way it's written here with a capital E. If I spell selection as easy, this is going to return false. These conditions are not true, even though you and I read them as potentially true. So to overcome this, it's actually better if we define an integer value system where easy is assigned to 0, medium is 1, and hard can be equal to 2. And by doing that, we can create a variable here of type private int easy, set it to 0, and we can just put a comment there if we need to, but we know it's easy. And then I have a private int selection, and I set it to -1 for default no selection. And then I can check to see if the selection, which is -1, equal to easy, which is 0, then that's going to return something. If I set my selection to 0, then both of them are true, and so we selected easy mode. And so using that, we can then create our additional values of medium, and that's going to be equal to 1, as well as the private int, once it's done compiling. We'll say private int hard, and that's going to be equal to 2. So we have the ability to select. We can then serialize this field here, and by doing so, letting Unity compile, going back into the inspector, we can now assign a selection value between 0, 1, and 2. So if we look here, we have main camera, selection, and there we go. So if I do 0, then we know that's easy. If I do 1, that's medium, and 2 is hard. So now we have the concepts written down for how to actually create the selection, and now we just need to trigger what prints out. And so here we have if space key, which simply becomes an if statement, checking for input.getKeyDown, keycode.space, and we detect the space key, then we just need to print out which selection. And so here we know the logic that says, hey, if selection is equal to easy, then we know that we want to say you selected easy. And so we just say you selected easy. And then we can add an else if here. And we can do the same thing all the way through. And we can say if selection is equal to medium, then we log out. You selected medium. And best practice here is to test this often, but because this is such a simple task, I can foreshadow that this is going to work. But ideally you want to do one at a time, test it, do another one, test it. It's called iterative development. And when you're creating complex game mechanics, you want to make sure that you test often. And then here we have an else if again, and we check the selection and see if it's equal to hard. And then ultimately, we print out once again, debug.log, you selected hard. And then lastly, we can have an else clause in here. And that else clause is basically going to state debug.log invalid selection, meaning you left it at -1 or you went out of bounds of our selection. And if we just save this and test it out here, let's hop back into Unity, click on the main camera. The selection is currently 0. And when we run this, we can actually hit the space key. And so we can see here that we selected easy. While the game is running, I can change it to a 2. And now I selected hard. And if I put it to like a 6, which is clearly out of bounds, it says invalid selection. So the program works as defined, and we're ready to move on. I'll see you in the next video where we'll talk about optimization and how we could do this a little bit better. In this video, we'll take a look at how we can refactor our level selection here just to be a little bit cleaner and more efficient. Imagine a scenario where we maybe had 10 different difficulty levels, and there was logic within each one of these beyond just a print message. You can imagine how complicated our chain of if-else statements would become, and it would just be a long chain of if-else statements. This is why switch statements were created, to simplify and clean up all of this block of code here into a simple switch. So essentially what we're doing is we can swap this from, hey, I hit the space key, and we're going to change it to a switch statement. And by doing that, we can have, let's say, 20 neatly defined as cases where it knows, hey, case is 0, which means easy, basically 0. So here that's easy. And we can just add a comment here for easy, and it's neatly organized here. And so we can do this over and over again by creating the next case, which is going to be case 1, and that's going to be medium, and everything can be neatly organized within the case. And so you'll find more information on switches and if statements and everything else you've learned up to this point in the C# Survival Guide. If input.getKeyDown space, we're switching between what? It's the selection. So the value of selection can vary. So we put selection in here. If selection is 0, then this case will run. If this selection is 1, then this case will run. The break is going to end the functionality and break us out of the switch so that we don't just continue running case by case. And so we have 0, 1, and then we have one more for case 2, and this is hard. And so you can imagine how much cleaner this would be if we had 10 or 12 other cases. It's just neatly organized. And we'll go ahead and fix up the formatting. And so now we simply just add back our logs. So hey, debug.log, you selected easy. And then we could also have other commands. We could have as much code as we want within each of these cases. And then once it hits the break keyword, it gets us out of it. So debug.log, you selected easy. We can copy this. I don't recommend copying if you're brand new. Get in the habit of writing the code. We have medium, and we'll just change that now to medium. And then we have hard. And so we'll go ahead and just change this to hard. Once we have these defined, we still can support a default clause or a default case, which means, hey, what if I don't select 0, 1, or 2? What if I select 6 or -1? Then we use what's called case default. And the case default is the same thing as our else bracket. And we add in a break as well. And we actually don't need a case for that. We just use the default keyword. So if it's none of these cases, then the default will happen. And we print out debug.log invalid selection. And there we go. This is going to be a bit more optimized and efficient than a bunch of chained else ifs. If we run this, test it out, everything should still work the exact same way. We can select our main camera here. The selection is 0. It says you selected easy. If I change it to -1 and hit space, invalid selection. And there we go. I'll see you in the next one.